marketing is both an art and a science. Drift defines it as the overall process of bringing a product to market, but also overseeing this overall success of the product. So it's beyond just launching a product. It's also what you do after the product has launched to make sure that the product is indeed successful in the market. In this video, I want to talk about product marketing best practices. What should you do as a product marketer or as a small or medium scale business owner to ensure that the product or even the services that you launch to the market are totally successful? But I'm not doing it alone. I'm here with Taslim Okwonla, fine boy, fresh boy, still jobless. Taslim is a product marketing manager at Google. He works with the Sub-Saharan African team. So literally all the product that launches in Nigeria and Kenya and South Africa at Google, Taslim is involved in the execution and ideation. So he's literally like the best person to talk about product marketing best practices with. First of all, right, let's talk about the pillars of product marketing, right, which is user and product. So tell us about the product market fit.
What Drift has done with the definition is able to tell us that product marketing is beyond just marketing. It's beyond the campaign you see out there, the activations, pushing the product out. That's just one segment of product marketing. And I think what has become the hallmark for us at Google when we talk about product marketing is a mantra we use, which says focus on the users, know the user, know the product, and connect the two.
Know the user, know the product, and connect the two.
Yeah. So when I think about product marketing, I think about those three factors. I think about the fact that you need to understand who the users are. You need to understand what your product is. And you need to understand how to be able to bridge them, right? And I think more often than not, people focus on the third part. When they think about marketing, they think about bringing the product to the user. How do you sell the product to the user? But you need to fully understand what the user is first. And that's why when I think about product marketing, I think about it in two pillars, right? Understanding the users and the products. And understanding the user, it's sort of delve into different areas as well. When they talk about understanding the market, the user is part of the market, right? So you need to understand who the user is. You need to understand the market they are, and this goes beyond demography. You know, you need to understand the ticking points. I mean, what problem are you solving for the user? Okay, you're targeting millennials, which is what pretty much every company on the planet is targeting.
Right now.
Okay, you're targeting millennials. You're targeting young people. They are upwardly mobile, and all the buzzwords we use when we're writing our persona, right? But what exactly are you selling to them, right? If I'm selling, say, fashion items to them, the sense I'm speaking to is different from someone who is selling an app to them.
Yeah.
So how do I fully understand that part of them and being able to speak to that part? So that's where knowing the user comes. And then understanding the product is what most people know already. Yeah, you should know how your product works. And we don't get this much in a number of businesses because they see marketers as afterthoughts. So they bring marketers into the room after pretty much most of the product has been concluded. Yeah. But what I'm saying here is you need marketers to be in the room from the start. You need input from marketing from the start when you're building your product. You need them right from the process because then they're able to fully understand what the product entails. They're able to fully understand what the product is solving, and they're able to communicate that well when they get to the third stage, which is bridging the gap between the users and the product.
Yeah, I mean, a key thing that I just heard you say was empathy when you're talking about the user. The most important thing in understanding the user is being empathetic to them. So just go beyond knowing their demography, their millennials, their upwardly mobile, to really understand their wants, their needs, their desire, their psychography, right? Who are they really? And when it comes to this product segment or this market or this niche I'm about to play in, what are the things that drive their buying decision? What are the things that they think about before they make a purchase? How does it even affect their lifestyle? And then being able to lash on those things in your product development and then in how you communicate it when you start marketing. And that's how you bridge the gap between, oh, I know my user, I know my product, and I'm able to speak in a way that they can really see the value of my product, or rather what value my product actually brings for them. So let's go into the main thing, right? So when it comes to product marketing, especially for small, medium scale businesses, what are key things, best practices, or channels that we need to focus on? I know that there are three key things. There's word of mouth, there's digital marketing, and there's integrated marketing. So let's break it down one by one, starting from word of mouth.
Yeah, the first thing I'd like to say is that it's important that you progress your marketing tactics by the size of your business.
Yeah.
And it's pretty much, you would say, it's not rocket science. It's like what everyone should know, that cut your quotes according to your size, right? Do your marketing according to how much money you have.
Yeah.
But it's even beyond that. So when I think about businesses, I say for starters, start with word of mouth. And word of mouth is basically one of the most effective form of marketing.
Yeah.
It's basically
also the cheapest.
Yeah, it's also the cheapest. So it's you being able to make sure that you're leveraging your existing users to bring in more users. So in the first few years of your business or your product, you're trying to build loyal customers, right?
Yeah.
And that's what word of mouth marketing is about. And the thing I say to people is, if a user cannot tell another user about your product,
There's something wrong with the product.
you shouldn't be doing marketing. You should be fixing the product, right? And also because you're small, because you're just starting out, you don't have that luxury of money or marketing dollars to expend, which is why word of mouth is still like what you need to fall back on.
Yeah.
And there are ways to sort of, push word of mouth. And a good example would be a referral system.
Yeah.
And I think Dropbox is like a great company that's been able to hack
perfect case study for
word of mouth, right? What they did was, in 2014, they built a referral system that rewards not just the referred, but also the referrer. So if I'm referring you to Dropbox, I get 16 gig of storage free. You get 16 gig of storage free. So one, we're getting they created a win-win situation for people here. And two, what they've done is they're not rewarding you with cash. They're not rewarding you with gift cards. They're rewarding you with something you have to use on the platform. I have 16 gig for free. What do I use it for? I start using Dropbox. And that means I start liking Dropbox because it's a product that works, and I'm able to, go from there to even get more people.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They grew their customer base from 100K to 4 million in the first 15 months. And now even 35% of your signups are from referrals. That's building a strong word of mouth marketing.
Yeah. So key things that I can take away is, first of all, word of marketing is performance, right? If the product itself doesn't work, nobody will talk about it.
Exactly.
Now, when you're able to hack performance, meaning that you're able to build a product that works, the next thing is incentivize your current customer so they can bring other ones, right? And then the third thing is, when you then incentivize them, the best thing to do is to give them incentives that make them use the product more. So instead of giving them incentives like cash, airtime, coupons to events that takes them outside your platform, give them incentives that will make them stay on the platform and use your platform. So that way they are more gingered, right, or more excited to use the product itself. So one, performance; two, give incentives; and three, make sure the incentives keep your users on the product and make it a win-win situation for both parties.
So as we progress, right, I'd say for a medium-sized business, a business who's past that stage of word of mouth, because the thing with word of mouth is it gets to a level where it gets less effective.
Yeah.
Right? And once you cross that bridge, the next thing I think businesses should invest in is digital marketing.
Yeah, spend the dollars.
Yeah, and digital marketing is really interesting because you're paying only for results. It allows you to measure your performance to the last mile.
Yeah.
You know which clicks come to your website, you know where these clicks are coming from, you know which clicks actually are leading to sales or whatever it is you do that you want people to do on your website. It is like one of the most efficient form of marketing.
Yeah, because you're getting direct to your ROI.
Exactly.
Track what works
exactly.
and what doesn't.
Exactly. So hear it out. Word of mouth is very effective. Digital marketing is very efficient. It helps you to get a good bang for your buck. So for every marketing dollar you're spending, You know how much dollar is coming back in, which is why digital marketing is great for businesses that have passed the word of mouth stage.
Yeah.
Then when you get big enough and you start racking up a lot of marketing budget, the next worry you have is how you make your name a household name.
Yeah. And that's where integrated marketing
That's where
comes
integrated
from.
marketing
So
comes
make sure
from.
that beyond online, you also have an offline
Exactly.
capability.
Exactly. So you grow your tactic to then include an offline element. So how do you make sure that your messaging is right in the face of the users across all the multiple channels that they may interface with in a day? So they go on Instagram, they see your ad. They go on Google search, they see your ad. They're watching a show on on TV, they see your ad. They're driving their car past Third Mainland Bridge or Lekki Koyi Bridge, they see your ad. In traffic, they see your ad.
So literally, everywhere
they're
seeing
in
it.
traffic, they're listening to radio, they hear about you. So there you're just trying to like create that momentum. You're trying to build a household name out of your brand, which is what actually helps to build loyal customers at that scale that you are, because you've passed the scale where you need word of mouth or where you need just digital marketing. You need to put offline marketing as a. But the thing with integrated marketing is this: one thing you shouldn't miss when you do integrated marketing is the right digital to offline proportion.
Yeah.
And this varies by businesses, I tell you, because for a business, it may make sense for them to do more digital than offline. For another business, that would be a total disaster. They have to do more offline than digital. And even how much offline do you want to do? How much digital do you want to do? Getting the right ratio of digital to offline investment, marketing investment, is really important for businesses when they do integrated marketing.
That's amazing. So I think the key thing here is understand the stage at which your business is and then optimally do what works at that stage. When you're really small, find everything you can to hack word of mouth marketing and referrals. Then as you grow and you start having more money, more marketing budget, start with online marketing because it's literally the most efficient. I can track exactly what's working. I can track my ROI and say, okay, I spent $5, I got $10. I spent $5, I got $15. Or I spent $5 and I got only $3. You can track and you can see what's working and what isn't. And it helps you to, sort of attain top of mind on the online sphere. And it's great because almost everybody now has access to the internet. So you're getting good visibility, you're getting good awareness, and you're also, most importantly, getting customers that are coming for specific amount of money that you're spending. And then as you grow bigger, the next thing is it goes beyond customer acquisition to I need to become a brand name, I need to become a household name, I need people to see me, I need to be top of mind so that when you think about my niche, when you think about my product category, it's literally my name that comes up first. And the key thing that does that for you is integrated marketing, knowing how to use offline and online together. So regardless of where people are, what their touch points on channel is, whether it's on radio, it's on TV, it's on social media, it's on search, they would always see you. That's how you become a brand name. But when you get to integrated marketing, as Tasnim has said, the most important thing there is understanding your business and know whether you should spend more on offline or more on online, or whether it should be a 50-50. That is the key thing that can break or make your integrated marketing strategy, right?
Correct.
Any last words? Because I think that we've actually done most of it.
Yeah, I think my last words would be to re-echo what we've said. Like I said, if you have a bad product, marketing is not going to fix it for you. Fixing the actual product will do. So, no matter what stage you are, make sure you're doing or you're using the right marketing tactics within that frame.
Yeah, I think my last words would be data. Regardless, make sure that at every stage, at every scale, that you're making data-driven decisions. Don't be afraid to sort of experiment, try out different ideas, test out different things, but make sure that everything that you test or that you implement is driven by data. There has to be something to back it up. So you're not just wasting your time or wasting money just trying something that you think is trending, but there has to be something to actually back it up. And research, research. There's a video we made, the last video, launching product the right way, and we said literally that research starts from when you start ideating, down to developing a product, down to growth after the product has successfully launched. So research. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you've learned a lot. We just talked about product marketing best practices for small, medium scale, and even big businesses. Exactly. If you have any questions, please leave your questions in the comment section below. Myself or Taslim, he has to be here, he has no choice. We'll be in the comment section to reply your comments. And don't leave this channel without subscribing. Peace out.
Bye.